Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 5 of Records Around the USA. I'm Tony Gillespie from the Village Folk, and today our record comes to us from Port Huron, Michigan. It looks like we're staying in the east side of the country, maybe a little bit of the Mideast, but this record comes from Port Huron, Michigan, which is my neighbor to the north. Last episode we did my neighbor to the south, and now we're doing my neighbor to the north. So let's open this bad boy up and see what we have. It's a thick package, so I'm wondering if there might be more than one record in here. I don't know. I didn't pre-open it. Okay. Oh, it's just extra packing material. Always use extra packing material. It's a great idea. Protects the record. So I got Let's Charleston, which I don't care about. And An Evening with Billy Eckstine. See, I mean, you can always use extra. Now, this is a very, very special album today, guys. Because what we have today is Bob Dylan's Bringing It All Back Home. This is an original. If you're packing records at home, take them out of the cover and put them behind, because see what happens is in shipment, if you don't pack it well enough, it's going to shift around and it's going to come and it's going to bust your seams out. Now this one luckily has no problems at all, so we don't have to worry about that. But this is an original, let's see, CL, that's mono, original mono, Bob Dylan Bringing It All Back Home. Now what's important about this is it has the hype sticker for Subterranean Homesick Blues, which makes it even more valuable and more sought after. Now this album by Dylan came out in the mid-60s. And this is one of the very first ones where he started to experiment a little bit more with electrified music. He did half, like the first half of the album was kind of more electric, and the second half of the album was acoustic. So he kind of did a mix, trying to appeal to both his newer fans that were kind of clamoring for the electric stuff, and his old fans who were into just the straight folk stuff. So this is the album, excuse me, it came out in 1965, I believe. Yeah, 1965. And as you can see here, he's got, I'm sorry, there's a glare because of the shrink. Right here is an Eric Von Schmidt album. There's Robert Johnson, King of the Delta Blues. Back here, he's got one of his own albums. I always think it's neat when artists experiment with that and they put other people's music or little Easter egg type things in their artwork so that you can find them and get excited about that kind of stuff too. Or you can experiment and go out and say, well, I've never heard that Eric Von Schmidt album. I'm going to go check it out. I've discovered a lot of music that way. Now, this album is on the Columbia label, as you can see. CL2328. It is the two-eyed Columbia. Two-eye meaning that there's two of these eye-type logos on the label. Now, Dylan, when he first started, Columbia had what was known as the six-eye Columbia because there were six on the label. There were three on this side, three on this side, and it was called the six-eyed label. This is the two-eyed label, and then after this, they go with a perimeter that says Columbia all around the perimeter. So original Dylan's, most of them, except for his first album will have the six-eye, but most of the other ones up until like maybe Blonde on Blonde, after Blonde on Blonde, will have this two-eye. And then after after mono kind of phased out in the mid to late 60s, like 66, 67, 68, they stopped doing mono. So the CL moniker, which you'll see right here, it is no more, and then it's just CS. The CS is stereo, CL is mono on Columbia. So now this album only has 11 tracks, but it has some pretty heavy hitters. Of course, Subterranean Homesick Blues, you saw from the hype sticker, is on there. Maggie's Farm's on here. Love Minus Zero's on here. Mr. Tambourine Man, It's All Right Mom, Only Bleeding. These these songs, It's all over now, Baby Blue. These songs are iconic Dylan songs. Now, of course, in his first 5 or 6 albums, Dylan is just jam-packed full of iconic songs. That's kind of what, you know, made Dylan was his songwriting ability, because it's definitely not his singing ability. Some people like it. I like it. I think it's fine. But some people get a little bit annoyed with his voice, but his lyrics more than make up for it. Michigan is orange. That's weird. I would think Michigan would be blue because of, I'm thinking of college colors. Like Tennessee should have been orange. Okay, guys, so there you have it. Michigan has brought us Bob Dylan's Bringing It All Back Home. It brought the album back home to Indiana, where it's going to stay in my collection for a very long time, hopefully. So there's the hype sticker. If you see this hype sticker, grab it. Some great shots on the back of Bob and Joan Baez, and some other great pictures. This is a phenomenal album. I highly recommend it. Tons of great songs on this one. This is Dylan's, oh my gosh, I'm going to get this wrong. I'm going to say 4th album. Original, Freewheelin', Times They Are Changing, Bringing It Whole Back. I think it's his 4th album. I'm going to go with that. If it's his 5th, I'm sure there'll be a little blurb up here that says this is 5th. Anyway, guys, appreciate you checking in with me again. This was episode 5. We're filling this map up, so I want you to keep coming back and fill this map up with me. We're 5 states in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5 states in, and we've got 45 to go. So keep coming back, and we're going to keep opening up awesome albums and talking about them a little bit. If you haven't done so yet, make sure that you like and subscribe to this channel so it'll give you, and turn on your notifications, because that's how it'll show you when new videos come up. And if you haven't checked us out yet over on Facebook, please do so. It's The Village Folk. And at the end of the video, there is a link, or not a link, but the URL, so you can go check that out over on Facebook. So thanks a lot for joining me, and we'll see you next time, guys. Bye-bye.